Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the day of reckoning is here.
That's right.
The day of reckoning is here. The embargo has been lifted. Now we're getting our first unbiased. Yeah, we're getting our first biased reviews.
Yeah, we're getting our first official look at these things.
Official look at the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser for people with entirely too much money to spend and don't want to go on a real vacation to a real place for much less money.
Well, it's interesting because we're going to talk about it here in a bit. But again, the whole idea you said about how this seems very one and done is the case.
Yes.
Also, several of the news outlets, though I'm not talking about the bloggers, I'm talking about the news outlets. They're going to break down what happens, but they do mention that they get adjectives in there about how overpriced it is.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to come right out and dunk on it, but I mean, if you read between the lines, it's kind of like, is this it? I mean, this is for $6,000.
Well,
this is it.
they talk about all the stuff that happens, but they're like, it's expensive. And then we also have a look at the food because people keep asking about the food and the upcharge drinks. We have a look at those. Also, I want to point out real quick before we get into that, I want to point out really quick that the battle scenes between Kylo Ren and Rey, and I mentioned the chandelier and all that. We reported that last May of 2021. Our source gave us this information clear back last year, like almost a year ago. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, so this is kind of old news. Everybody's like, oh, Rey fighting Kylo Ren. It's like, of course they are.
We told you this last year. We told you they'd probably be up in the mezzanine above the audience. We mentioned the chandelier, all that. We've told you.
But again, I'm just like, I'm completely underwhelmed for the amount of money. The fact that it's Disney sequel Star Wars, the fact that the whole thing doesn't look like Star Wars, it looks like Star Trek. You know, it just, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, who is this for exactly?
Well, that's a lot of people are asking. And then here's the thing, you know, I think if it was a more reasonable price, people would be more willing to go and people wouldn't be shitting on it as much. Because if we're going to be honest here, the majority of the reason people are upset is because it's so overpriced and it's out of the price range of most people. That's why I think majority of people are complaining about the show and are upset about it. It's because it's too expensive. And especially now with the way the world is going, you know what's going on in the world right now, and inflation. I'm not talking. You know what I'm talking about. We're not going to say that. You know, we have that stuff going on overseas, and then we have inflation going up. It's just very unlikely that most people can afford this, and that's why a lot of people are dunking on it too. Is I think that they're upset. So they're dunking on it. Plus, it looks like, I mean, you only have Kylo Ren, Rey, and Chewbacca it's all new characters. People don't relate to it. They don't have a connection to it.
Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 259,000 subs, almost 260. I gotta tell you, this is actually more underwhelming. Now, I'm not there. We could have gone. People were like, "You're just mad you couldn't go." So,
we had openings. We could have taken it.
We could have gone, and I just honestly thought our money was better spent on NFTs of monkeys or something.
He's joking.
No, but seriously, I would actually invest in NFTs before I do this.
Well, the problem too is people don't want to travel right now. I mean, traveling, and I gotta tell you, the whole thought of having to travel the whole way down there just to go to this, I was like, if I had to pay for it, no.
Yeah, I mean, look, people are going to get excited. They get a free trip, and they do. Again, having gone to these Disney media events, like, they will roll out the red carpet for you. In this case, they literally roll out the red carpet for you. Mm-hmm. But this is a very primo experience of what the general public is going to get.
Plus, one of these, we're going to look at here in a minute, one of these news things said, basically, it's for Star Wars fans. If you're not a big-time Star Wars fan who want to be immersed in this whole story and have people interacting with you from the moment you get in the door, it might not be for you.
But it's not just, this is the thing, though. It's not for Star Wars fans in general. It's for Disney sequel Star Wars fans.
Right, and for those with money.
If I had the money, and people brought this up before, they're like, most diehard Star Wars fans, the ones that drop thousands of dollars on collectibles and stuff, they're Gen X. They're a little bit older. They're going to want original trilogy. Mm-hmm. So the people that are sequel trilogy fans, and I'm not saying that there aren't Gen Xers that are, they're absolutely, but it is a smaller subsection. So, I mean, again, you look at your pie of potential audience and you look at one, you filter people by who can afford this. Then you filter people by what flavor of Star Wars they prefer, you know, and you're really kind
of how much interaction they're comfortable with.
Right. Some people that are super Star Wars fans, like they don't want to be harassed by people in alien costumes.
Well, some people are very introverted, and it's like it's a little bit much for them. Like me, I mean, I would do this, but I know people are like, "Oh, you sound." No, I'm actually quite introverted. I can be on when I need to be, but I'll hide behind Neon after an hour or two just because I get overwhelmed.
That's true. I mean, I'll say like we go to conventions and stuff, and after a while, she's kind of like, "Yeah, I can't."
I just get to a place where I just can't do it. I mean, some of you out there understand what I'm talking about. You can do it for so long, and then you're like, I physically am drained and I'm tired and I can't do it anymore.
You know, it's kind of weird because I think about this, like we do the show, and I don't think people realize that we're actually in real life, we're kind of flip-flopped, I think, in some ways, because I seem like I'm more mellow on air, but in reality, I'm the one that's probably more talkative, and I'm probably more prone to getting angry in real life. You know, but you know, so it's kind of weird in that regard.
Yeah. So people are like, "Oh, she wouldn't be like that at all," and it's like I am actually. And I can, like, if you come up and talk to me, I will be totally fine. And you can see me on stage, and I'll be completely fine. It looks like inside I'm like Jello. It doesn't really matter now. But I'm just saying, introverted people, are going to have a little bit of harder time with this as well, I believe.
Yeah. And I think I mean, I'm not trying to generalize, but I think people that are going to be Disney Star Wars fans that would be into the whole Reylo drama, and this is a Reylo experience.
Yes, they talk about their past.
Yes, this is a Reylo LARPing experience. Those people I don't think are going to be super extroverted.
And, you know, something else, yeah, I agree with you. Something else I was going to tell you too is people will bring up, well, you're just mad. All you people are mad. You're old because you want classic Star Wars. No, a lot of people have mentioned they could have done Mandalorian, and they would have. People would have loved it. And that would have made the most sense. That,
I mean, granted, this was planned before, you know, the Disney Plus shows, but if it were me, I would look at it and be like, you know, that is the happy medium right there, because we're still post original trilogy, but we can still bring in original trilogy characters, and it's still more familiar to audiences than what they're getting in the sequel era. And that's the most bankable right now. I mean, Baby Yoda, holy hell.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it would be hard to go to Galaxy's Edge because the Falcon's there and everything else.
Yeah.
But you could, like, you know, well, who had the Falcon before, you know?
Yeah.
So there's things you could have done. But, yeah, anyway, so this is from My News 13. Here's some things they were saying. It goes on and on. We don't have to read all of it. You can go out to it and see. But they're like, it's not just a hotel. It's a 2-night adventure.
It's a dinner theater. It's
it pretty much is. It's
dinner
like
theater.
It's like one of those murder mysteries that you're completely like in character the entire time, but like for 2 days.
But there's no real mystery from what I'm hearing. I'm like, where are all the aliens? Where are all the? I mean, there's a couple of droids, but I expected when they were talking about how amazing this was going to be, I expected like Doc Ondar, but like to the 10th power, right. Like all of these amazing animatronic aliens. It feels like you're in a cantina or something. Well,
they're like, it's a mixture of live action role play and live theater for 2 days. Except for when you're sleeping or pooping.
I don't know. Maybe there's a little monster.
Reached up and touched your butt.
This is a tentacle in the toilet. Oh my God.
That could be misused. We're not going there.
That's an upcharge. If you want the tentacle in the toilet.
The timeline for when passengers.
The Batu bidet.
Okay. Why do you do this when I try to read stuff?
Because I'm trying to make it interesting. This thing sounds boring as fuck.
The timeline for when passengers' adventures take place is between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, with characters and storylines from those films popping up throughout the experience. Now, again, yeah, it's Rey, Kylo Ren, and Chewbacca. Chewbacca's the only one there that is pre-Disney.
Yeah, and the thing is that these characters are already in Galaxy's Edge. Or are they going to paywall them? Now you're not going to see them at all in Galaxy's Edge. You know?
I don't know.
You're just going to see the blue-haired spy girl nobody cares about. Because
I don't think they'll do that, but, you know, that'd be really shitty if they did.
It would be. It'd be like, well, if you want to see actual Star Wars characters, you got to pay.
Here, Disney, here's an experiment for you. If you want to see where the actual demand is, why don't you go ahead and stick like Darth Vader and classic trilogy characters in Batu and see which one people like better. Anyway, so they're talking about how you go up in the hyperspace, or up to hyperspace in the vehicle. I have that here.
The U-Haul?
No, this is no. I was trying to find that. I haven't found that yet. I had to come here and do this video. But here's the video. People will put it up on Twitter, where you're in the pod and you go up. Now I will tell you this. Without the sound on, it's like, it looks very like video gamey. Now the sound does make a huge difference. When you have the sound on and you hear the music, it does elevate the experience. It is pretty cool, I will admit. It
reminds me of the shuttle part of Rise of the Resistance, which to me, actually, I thought that whole first sequence was the better part of the ride. Like, I felt more Star Wars there.
And in the queue, you mean?
Yeah, in the queue.
Well, that's what this is like. It's like being in the queue where you feel like you're being taken up into space. I'm not going to play it on here, obviously, because the music will get us copyright struck. But you can go out to Pirates and Princesses or to Thrill Geek and see it. It's really cool. I mean, but the viewports are really tiny. Like, you're always supposed to be looking at this little tiny thing, and you can see people like stepping over each other trying to see, like, you know, and I can see if you have a lot of people in the pod, it's going to be, you know, kind of a lot of cameras are sticking up in people's faces.
Just like the rest of Disney World.
Yeah, kind of. I feel like you're really there.
This whole thing feels. I mean, it looks, again, not there, but what I've seen of it, basically the hotel to me looks like one giant queue.
Yeah, kind of.
You know?
Well, this part is where you step in, like when you get off when you get transported up to the ship. I'm not going to play it, but it actually is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is cool. I think this part I would be excited to see. I wouldn't want to pay $6,000 for it. I'm gonna tell you straight up, none of this is worth $6,000. And these news outlets tell you that too. But it is cool. And watch it with the music on. It makes a difference. And then they had a clip of oh yeah, so this is the part we're going to talk about later too. This is when they're going to. You finally get. I love this guy right here. When you're finally jumping into hyperspace.
You can probably play this. We don't have the sound on, so.
Okay, when you're jumping into hyperspace, and then it's like, you know, look, we're going into hyperspace. Yay, hyperspace. And then here comes the First Order. And this, you know how like on Rise of the Resistance, where the actors are engaging you and stuff, but after a while, the actor, not that actors are bad, but you can tell they tire of it.
Yes.
I think this is going to be like something they tire of after a while, and you're going to be able to tell.
Yeah.
Here, so I can play this one without sound.
Yeah, there's no sound.
So like, yeah, when you're going up, it's like, here, they're going to show it. You're going to go.
It just looks like a queue. I mean, I think if the price.
Fast forward. Oh, wait, too far. So you're going up, and then it's just like, yeah, there. You're going up. Woohoo. Oh, look, there's the ship. And then you always see people's shadows. It's really hard to see, but like you can see spaceships flying around and that kind of stuff. And when you have the sound on, actually, I can see where people would be excited about that. I really can. If I'm being fair. I'm trying to be fair.
Trying to be. But look, that price tag is a huge fact, because I'm like, for $6,000, a lot of people in previous videos were pointing out you can go to actual Europe and have an amazing vacation.
Oh, wait. The Halcyon looks shiny and new, devoid of some of the rustic wear and tear visitors might find in Galaxy's Edge. This is explained in part by the inverse story that says the luxury liner has been recently restored to its former glory.
It looks like Star Trek and not Star Wars. It looks like prequel era, but they're doing that probably because they know that the rich Karens will be like, oh my God, why is this ship so dirty?
My kids might get tetanus.
My kids gonna get tetanus.
The best part is this experience of storytelling, which is about participation from both cast members and passengers. So again, if you're not a person who feels comfortable, you know, being put on the spot, or being like somebody come up to you and telling you their backstory and trying to, you know, get you to join the rebellion or whatever, you probably aren't going to like this too much.
This was all supposed to be in Galaxy's Edge at no additional charge, by the way.
Okay,
I mean,
here. There are paths that you can begin, and from that, your choices actually really do matter.
Okay, yes.
Creative director, this is the one that was in that video, the hat on. So the idea is that no one can sit back and ingest the entire story. So you have to pay to come back. There's a level of depth there because we really wanted to create a believable world.
This is a one and done, though.
Yeah, they're trying to make you come back. If you want a different story, you have to come back.
For another $6,000? It's
not like a choose your own adventure book where you can just go pay $20 for a new one. This is like you have to pay $6,000.
Yeah, like this was supposed to be, again, all of this interaction, and this is what's kind of irritating about the hotel beyond just the fact that it's, you know, sequel trilogy, which I don't care about, but anyway, the interaction, all of this stuff was supposed to be in Galaxy's Edge. It was supposed to be part of Galaxy's Edge. And they basically paywalled a lot of the ideas they had for Galaxy's Edge. But beyond that, they've stripped that down too.
Yeah, they have stripped that down. Because when we put the article up last year, last year about, Rey and Kylo Ren. There were some things I know that our source said that were in the original plans that have totally changed. And some of it was in downgraded. Some of it, he said, actually the chandelier, it was supposed to be done a different way. And the way they did it is, he said, actually is much better and more believable. And he said that was actually an improvement from what they originally planned. So credit where credit's due. But they're talking about the characters you're engaging with. And these are all the ones we read to you from the D23 reading. If you haven't heard that, if you can sit through it's so like...
It's like 10 pages.
Cringy as hell. It's not 10 pages. It's cringy as hell.
Felt like 10
if you can sit through the cringe, that's where we found out about these characters we were talking about. With Captain Kevin we knew. Lenka Monk we knew. Sammy... And that Harmon Croy we mentioned in that. Those are some of the new characters
nobody cares about. If this was, Han, Luke, Leia, Lando, and I'm just saying.
Yeah, so this is all, and then here's some food. We're going to go somewhere for food in a minute. But here's some looks at the room, which we've already seen pictures of. We've shown you at length. These are the dressing the part stuff. For those who enjoy cosplaying, they give you a platform in that. They are encouraged but not required to wear costumes. There are restrictions. You can wear your own costumes, which I've told you. There are guidelines for that, which I put on piratesandprincesses.net. You can wear your own stuff within the guidelines. Here. So what's the biggest question that many will likely want to know is how much is a Galactic Starcruiser experience? Spoiler alert, it's pretty pricey.
Yeah.
2-night voyage includes 2-person cabin, starts at $4,800, which translates to $1,200 per person per night. A 4-person cabin go up to $6,000. That's sample pricing. Actual pricing can vary depending on dates of the voyage or what you pick. That's starter price.
Yeah.
In addition to cabin or suite, the entire Starcruiser vacation package includes all the onboard activities, food and beverages, except alcoholic drinks and specialty beverages. We're going to look at those in a minute. Admission to Hollywood Studios for the Batuu excursion for like 3 hours. A quick service meal at Docking Bay 7 for $6,000. You get quick service. Magic band, all that. You can upcharge like to sit at the captain's table and all that crap too.
Yeah, well, it's like the cruise ship. I mean, it's basically it is a dry docked cruise ship with Star Wars LARPing elements. I mean, but the thing is that like a big portion of this experience takes place in Batuu, and you're literally doing the same thing that everybody else can do for like $125.
Right. Because they're like, well, the events in the Starcruiser are linked to the rides and the market stalls and the outposts, but they're like little backstory things. It's not that big a deal. It's not like you're going to get
Most people aren't going to pay attention.
Right. And then it's basically the same shit. It's the same. They're all in lockstep, Oh, the atrium. Oh, here's the different parts. That when you get to the atrium and, and here, the hefty price tag, for the fixed length 2-night stay, and they give the prices again. And they said it doesn't include any merchandise, photos, additional things you want to do in the park, like lightsaber or build a droid or any of that stuff. You have to pay for all that on your own. And if you're ready for an adventure with little downtime and a fast-paced schedule, this is a Disney excursion for you. Then they're talking about the intensity of the schedule is meant for Star Wars fans who want to live out their own story. They do say kids, are fine with it because they'll just jump in if your kid's an outgoing child. But my kids wouldn't because they're very shy. They would totally be like, I don't want to do this. It would be torture for them. Doing this trip would torture our children.
Like I have to talk to the why are you asking me questions, Disney cast member? I just want to go on the ride.
Right. If your kid's an outgoing kid that likes to volunteer and be part of something, they might love this. But if your kid's like our kids, where they're very introverted and shy, this would be torture for them.
I think there are going to be some meltdowns on this thing. And I think there's going to be some blowback because, Timmy had a tantrum because, Chewbacca didn't say the right things, didn't talk to him.
No, that depends English. How Karen-y their parents are.
Chewbacca didn't speak English, and my trip was ruined.
How dare they? Okay, so now we're going to look at All Ears. Actually, I think has the best article for food. I'm trying to take this over, but I'm the one covering all this.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit. I mean, seriously, this is one of those things where people are like, "You're just mad because you're not going." It's like, no, bitch, we could go if we wanted to. That's not the issue. I literally look at this, and all I see is 1970s Star Trek movie. That's what I see. So the original motion picture.
I know it doesn't look like, but it's because it's been restored here, and then this stuff isn't even going to last. It isn't going to look like this in 2 months. Here's the atrium.
It's a used Galaxy at that point.
Yeah, because we know how the rides look after a couple months.
Yeah.
Then here's the different tables and where you saw the video we showed with the Gaia thing. Here's what the light's on. It looks like a cafeteria with a fancy chandelier.
It's not even very big. I mean, that's the thing too. Like they talk about the cruise ships. The cruise ships, the dining areas were huge. But there were so many people on the cruise
I think
ships.
this is much smaller than a cruise ship. Oh, and they got the special silverware. And look, it's a lot of pictures. Okay, so then here's like, they change it at night. Here's like the buffet style. Now I guess things come in that they're pre-served or pre-packaged, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, here she's showing like they already just grab one and go. Here we're looking at some of the food. I'm getting down there.
It just doesn't look. Again, this was a missed opportunity. If you were going to do this, and you were going to, and one of the highlights of your show was going to be a dinner theater experience in the Star Wars galaxy, you better have a shit ton of animatronic aliens and droids, and make it look like, the size noodles.
Yeah, they're not. It's
like,
and what we're seeing, it's like the one's a DJ and the guy is a singer. Like you could have done so much with this.
And the thing is, we know they're capable of doing that because they have, Doc Ondar. They could have just done that, and that's what for that price tag, because you would have, kept the animatronics out of the reach of the general public. But if you had like the Max Rebo band or some variation of a whole bunch of really cool aliens.
Well, they can't. That's mostly, original trilogy.
Yeah, well, I mean, just, what I'm saying, though. Like, animatronic aliens, Sunny Eclipse.
There's nothing in the sequel trilogy that's worth making an animatronic of.
There isn't.
I'm just porgs everywhere.
Oh, my God, you could have, like, a porg choir. You could make, like...
Chewbacca's there. He could be, like, threatening them, like, you better sing on cue or I'm going to eat you. He has a drumstick in his hand, like...
It could be like Monty Python, where they're beating the mice, except you beat
the porgs.
Beat the porgs with
I
drumsticks.
like that, but I hate porgs. So here's something to look at the food. People kept asking, "What's the food like?" Here we go. Compressed fruit. It's cut fruit. It's fruit. The pastry board. I mean, the stuff looks interesting.
Well, that's kind of like Avatar too. Like
it looks very much like that.
Yeah, it looks like that, but beyond that, like Pandora, the food looks pretty, but it doesn't taste very good.
No, I don't like
it's
palm
bland.
fruit yoga. Palm fruit yoga. I just it's yogurt. We just jumped to Spaceballs.
Yeah, we
palm
jumped to
fruit
plaid.
yogurt, cream freeze, green pearberry toast.
Pearberry sounds like a Care Bear.
Whipped eggs.
Just
crispy tuber waffle.
Okay.
Kale porridge. Ugh. Chandrila waffle.
Where are my flying pears?
Look, sausage, waffle, and eggs. There you go. Recognize that.
Yes, but those sausages are freshly cut from a bantha's body.
That's right.
Don't ask what part of their body.
Here's like the menu. So these are the things you could get that are the morning drinks you can get for like $16 to $20.
$15. Oh my God.
They have Canto Blight drink. Canto Blight. It's a flight, I think.
Yeah.
They're flat out. They're embracing
$80.
it. They're embracing the Canto Bite.
That's what this thing is Canto Bite. It is without the sausage.
This is for the freebie. These are the freebie drinks for the riffraff.
For the poor people.
Then they have like pastry box. You can take breakfast to go. These are the breakfast to go boxes they talked about. Tea station, drink station. And here got some better looks. Here's the waffle eggs.
I'm sorry.
This is breakfast. We're gonna move on here.
It looks like a Days Inn buffet.
Meteor egg. What the hell's a meteor egg? A soft boiled egg covered in sausage. That actually might be good. There you go. Meteor egg.
That actually is.
My kids would eat that. Breakfast meat pie. I like how they wove the bacon. Someone's job is to sit there and weave bacon all day.
What's your job? I'm a bacon weaver at Disney. Disney bacon weaver.
Here we go. Okay, it goes on. Okay, this is lunch, right? Or dinner or whatever. Lunch. And here we got like, ew. No, I'm not a crayfish. Yeah, I hear you, Molly. I'm not a big crayfish person either.
Crawdads. They're called crawdads.
I don't like them either way.
I had a pet crawdad named Raoul.
Yeah, I remember you saying
I did.
that.
I kept him in a tank. I had a fish tank, and this is when I was in California, and I caught him in the creek, and I put him in the tank, and I named him Raoul. And I had Raoul for a couple months, and I decided he probably should go back to the creek.
At least you released him.
I did.
So we're going through. Oh, here's the dipped tip yip and noodle cheese. Mac and cheese with nuggets. Translation. Tip yip, I think
chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggets with
chicken nuggies.
Well, that's interesting. Sweet tuber and spicy batu curry.
That's a granola bar, isn't it?
It looks like it.
That's a granola bar. That's a hot dog on a purple bun.
Those are pickles.
Those are just pickles. Those
look at chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip
cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Salted caramel chocolate cake. Okay, now I like desserts. It's a problem. Okay, so here's the dinner menu. Okay, there are apparently a showdown there. Okay, here's the drinks. Silver Sea Martini 15, Mark of the Huntress 23.
Mark of the Huntress.
Was it Nicelin and Bubbles 16, Dig Above Vimlet 15. That's just fun to say. Say that with me. Dig Above Vimlet.
Dig Above Vimlet.
See, it's fun. Mandalore Sling, Pod Chaser, and then there's non-alcoholic ones you have to pay for.
Blue milk. Yeah, I guess they have blue and green milk stations.
Do they? Oh, don't.
They're nasty. We actually threw ours out. We did.
We paid a lot for those and tossed them. Don't.
I will say that I think the blue was slightly better than the green.
Don't.
But they're both disgusting.
They're not worth the money. Just save your money and buy something you like. Okay, so then we got these bento boxes. This is a bento experience.
They're bao buns.
These are the same buns like the hamburger ones, or like the ones they have over at Pandora.
Yeah.
So we have different ones, and then there's like a sweet and sour shredded chicken, bantha beef, tip yip chicken, flora vegetables, potatoes and curry. The colors just.
Rocky Bantha oysters. That's what they need. Rocky
Bantha oysters. Those things are huge.
They are. You can feed an entire family.
Just one with one.
With one.
Here's looking here, like some colored cauliflower been dyed by the looks of it. I wonder how. Here my question is this: what color is your poop afterwards? Is it green from all the dyes and artificial coloring?
It's just being flavored for the tentacle monster that lives in the toilet.
So here's the youngling menu.
Wait, are they serving youngling?
No, that would be funny though if they were. So it goes on and blah, 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 blah. So we go down here. Now you're into, there's the blue shrimp.
I have zero interest, and she doesn't look very enthused.
Blue shrimp, there's the desserts. Here she's happy because she got a cheeseburger bun. That'd be me. Something I recognize. Thank God.
That's one thing. I mean, to be honest, I'm looking at this. I'm like, yeah, they have the youngling menu, but I'm going to tell you there are going to be kids that are going to look at the mac and cheese and be like, that's not mac and cheese. I'm not touching it.
Probably.
It looks freaking weird. I'm not touching
Here's the captain's table where you can pay $30 per person per night to sit.
And be regaled with
stories that they made up. Yeah,
Disney,
here's her
Star
name,
Wars.
Molly. And it's like, you get to see the captain. Wait. It's also the captain's table, meaning you might just see the captain herself stop by. Well, you might? I'm assuming that means you do. Dried up towel. What if someone tried to eat that because they didn't realize it was a towel? Look, it's a towel. Oh, there's your menu. Oh, look, it's expensive. And then there's drinks, and then what's this, like a sushi thing? No, it's fruit. I don't know.
I'm just looking at all these photos. I'm like, God, I cannot wait for the episode of Defunct Land.
Now, here's the snacks. Yeah, I know, right? God, it goes on. There's snacks. And you go to the bar, and then you go to the bar. The drinks cost at the bar. I'm going to say, God, this is where you place the buck. And the drinks cost you at the bar. Oh, there's the one from the story, the Hoth icebreaker.
Okay. I mean, they're cool looking.
A lot of pepper and stuff in them. It's weird.
It seems like they spent more time thinking about the food than the actual experience.
Now, they said the snacks are included. They don't pay extra for the snacks.
Well, it's like the cruise ship.
Yeah. The snacks are, but the alcohol costs. So there's that. And then let's just go out to Twitter and see what people are posting. Let me hit the latest here. So, there's here's different things. The First Order took over the Halcyon.
But this, again...
And then the Star Trek can get he's the one that he can't get.
Oh, my God. Okay, so this reminds me of the Storm...
He can't get it. Oh, my God.
Do they still do that, the Stormtroopers?
Look at the captain. Okay, was that intentional? That's funny. Wait till you see her face.
Oh no, what's up with these kids?
Her kids got so deeply invested that they cried when it was over. They probably cried because they were scared of the First Order. Here's your garden simulator. That's Florida.
Florida. What if it's raining in Florida?
Then it's raining in space.
That's right. Disney Star Wars where it rains in space.
Here's like, yay, we won.
But where are the I just doesn't
lightsaber trail. Are they gonna show like the bolts or what are they doing?
Streaming the magic.
Okay, wait, so where are these bolts?
Are they Nerf darts?
I don't know. I think they're like laser things like that. This is the technology they were going to put in Galaxy's Edge.
They were going to do this for, again, a lot of the stuff you're seeing on this. The Golden Girls are going to Starcruiser. It's not disappointing. It just doesn't. It's very small. It is very small. This looks like something you'd find in Vegas. And they had a Star Trek thing in Vegas. This guy looks like, whatever. Yeah, that would be me. I mean, seriously, I'd be like, there's your plastic thing lighting up. Okay. These are all the people that are big on TikTok that get to go. But it's, again, I want animatronic aliens. I want it to look like I literally walked onto the set of a Star Wars movie. That's an outfit. There we go. I mean, I got to give props to the actors, though, too. It's not their fault. Oh, no, it's not their fault. The actors, they said the actors are what make it cool. But there's only, one Rhodian and the singer. That whole stage should be filled with animatronic aliens. That's expensive. Doc Ock. They did it. They've done it. Well, yeah, and we know what happened with the. Ashley Eckstein was there. Well, of course she was. She's got an unlimited. Here's the store. It just I don't. There's some. Nah, I'm not feeling. Okay, here's mine. It's not for me. It's not for me. My opinion is, I think it's cool. I think there's a lot of things to it that I'm just that's stupid. I mean, overall, the things I think are cool, are the shuttle up. I think looking out the window and seeing stuff go on and be able to see the jump to hyperspace and that kind of stuff is neat. I think it's done very budget cut for what it was supposed to be. I think it's way too expensive for what it is. And I think a lot of the expense you're paying for is all that food, that fancy food stuff that half of the people won't even eat. Yeah. And I think that if it was a lot cheaper, and if it wasn't a sequel trilogy, I think more people would be interested in it. Yeah. There are so many. I mean, they could course correct this if it were cheaper, it were not based on sequel trilogy, and it were, they added more aliens and more droids and more whatever. Even if it was a one-day thing, you just went in for the one day and had your dinner or theater experience and went home, whatever, to cut the cost down, they might actually be better. This is going to change. I can't see this. This is a one and done. Mm-hmm. For so many reasons, it's a one and done. I can't see it continuing this way indefinitely. I think a year or two, once everybody who's done it has already done it, it's going to get a retheme. You know what I'm noticing? Like you said about the box truck, I'm not seeing any video of that. I don't know. Have you seen any? I mean, what the look? Is that what they were in? Was that was when you first go in. When you get to the hotel and you go up into the. There was nothing that I'm seeing that shows the box truck. Yeah, we've been scrolling and scrolling, and I haven't seen anything that shows that. Have you? Wait, does this keep going down? No. I always thought maybe we'd see a box truck. I have not seen the box truck at all. Like, I'm seeing all this stuff. Yeah, look, they're fighting. Oh, and then there's a chandelier, which we told you was going to happen. We told you this. But this looks like some. I mean, I'm not trying to be. Look, well, no, I am going to be a dick. I try to be a dick. That's what I do on this channel. I am a dick. You would see something like this at Comic-Con or at Star Wars Celebration. You know, This is not a $6,000. Kylo after all this time, and just like our article said, if you go back to the article, which we have here, they're talking about it, and you go down here, and they're talking about Ren intimidates guests before confronting Rey. Rey shows up. It'll probably take place at a mezzanine level to keep the cast members and the guests away from the fight. He gets wide slashes. Constructible. Somebody goes like, I hope there's a destructible control panel because that would feel very on par for him. Yeah. But and then I mentioned the chandelier a few days ago, or more than that, a while ago, because they've been mentioning it to me. Everything we said, and here they talk back and forth. That's what one person said. They said, oh, here do I have there's backstory. This here. They said, I like this one. Where's it at here? They said that they talk to each other about their backstory. Where is it at? Is this going to be canon now? Is this canonized because it's in a Disney park? Like they had this. Here we go. Yeah, they're talking about. I said chandelier, like Phantom of the Opera, which I told you. But they talk about their past together. Oh my God, this is a Reylo LARPing experience. Yeah. Oh God! I'm gonna end you on that note. But if I find footage of the truck, I'll put up in Pirates and Princesses. If I find more stuff, I'll put it up on P&P. So you can check there. All right, guys, so we're gonna wrap this up. I'm just gonna tell you. I mean, hopefully we're about done. I think we're gonna get more honest opinions later, but this is a hard pass for me on so many levels. So many levels.
Well, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.